Right.
Great. Now I know I have your mailing list. I create the postcard. I send out the postcard using the mailing list. And now what we need to do is figure out, on that postcard it says, if you want more tips about what I'm saying on the postcard, then go to the website and you'll download a tip.
Right, okay.
So can you see the connectivity there, Jason?
Right.
All right, so now we've got the leveraging going on.
Now let me ask you though, that, correct me if I'm wrong here, there seems to be one little problem about the fact that I gave you the list.
Yes, that's true.
Because I'm giving you, like from that scenario, basically then I went to my CRM, and I copied it out to an Excel file.
That's right.
And then I send you an email with the Excel file. Now those are only the people though that somehow, some way have ended up into my system. So it doesn't seem as though that's what I'll call maybe an appropriate list.
Right.
Shouldn't you be using a service to be able to get a better list, a more narrowed down list, so that you could be broadcasting your message to a broader audience?
You can do that. Yes, we do tend to buy lists for
Okay.
people. We do, as marketing consultants, we tend to look for the list that you want this geography. Well, let's go and get that. It's a new geography. So you're absolutely right. We would look for the list and we would say, this is the best list for you. And then you'd buy the list. Well, let's say you have that list, and we've done this before to have
Right,
a different.
okay.
So you mail us a list, an abbreviated list, or we gave you the list and you even abbreviated from that and say,
Sure,
this is who
okay.
I want, okay? So we go from the list to the postcard goes out, says to go to the website, and we can see all this
Right.
system going. And then once they get to the website and they download the tips, what happens then is that the website captures some data about that visitor.
So you make them input some information about
Yes,
themselves
yes.
on the website,
Yes.
so that now you're getting feedback as to, hey, I sent you a postcard, then you actually took action, you went there.
That's right.
And then to get it though, I made you give me some feedback,
Right.
so that now I know that my tool worked.
Then I know that the postcard worked too. That's the
Right.
tool so we
Right.
know what the response is. Now the interesting thing is, as I said, this is a shared tool. A marketing system is shared. There's two people doing things, or two different participants. One is the client and the other one is the marketing consultant. So what happens is we say, well, who's going to look at this data? And so let's say the client, you say, we'll look at it. So you go to look at it, but we're waiting for you to give us, well, what's the information? And you drop the ball.
Right.
Why? Why did you drop the ball?
Well,
We're waiting.
busy.
I'm busy. I'm
Yeah.
too busy. So what happens is we're finding that a lot of the clients who are ready to grow are just too busy to really have a marketing system inside their business, because they're actually taking in a system inside of their organization. It's like you taking in a new liver, or you taking in something, a second something, and then all of a sudden it's getting rejected. You're too busy. So that's the second paradigm, to go from marketing, not just the plan, but to growth marketing. So we're shifting from tooling to marketing to growth marketing.
So then there's another step.
Yes, it is. You want to know about growth marketing, don't you?
We got to get to the best part. This is going to be, because the idea here, of course, is we want to be sharing with our audience what I would say is, what's the newest? What's the next modern approach? For today's modern professional, that we are trying to do more with less. We have so many tools that are out there with our blogs and
the whole social media.
The whole social
yes.
media thing, of course, which I love.
I know you do.
those things right there, we have so many tools out there, because people will tell us, these tools are here to make your life easier, make it more effective, you'll be more efficient, and speed of execution is high on my list
yes.
when it comes to getting things done. But still, if you're too busy to grow, nobody has the time to be working those tools or those channels.
Right.
So isn't it fair to say then too that the reality is, you should not try to use them all.
That's right.
That you should focus and say, these are the ones that we want to go with today. We're going to work them
Right.
gung-ho, we'll stay focused on those. And then we can work our way towards other tools if we deem it necessary.
That's right.
Because the reality of what a true marketing professional should be doing is filling your pipeline. And there are a lot of people out there that say that's what they are. They're a marketing professional and will help you grow your business. And then I've heard it too many times where their answer is the tool. That's all they're talking about is the tool.
They're back to tooling again.
And that's the only place that they ever live, and that's the part that scares me. And certainly I'm very familiar with the inbound marketing concept. So give us that last step, because we've got about 5 minutes left before we got to wrap it up.
Okay, well, I'm going to give you 2 steps in 5 minutes.
All right.
Okay.
All right. I love that.
Okay, well, growth marketing happens to be when somebody is too busy, and most companies that are ready to grow and have a plan can find themselves in too busy. So here we go in 2.5 minutes so I can get to the second one, is in growth marketing, we separate the marketing plan that says all the different tools that you're going to use from the select bag of tools. And then what happens is we go into your business and we say, we're going to make space to fit this marketing system into your organization so that you don't reject it, so that you don't get too busy. Because we don't want to rescope and we don't want to have to come back and redesign it on how awkward you are as an organization. Instead, what we want to do is we want to find the space. We want to find the human resources that will work this plan, that will work this strategy, that will work the implementation. We want to be able to leverage with things and with different tools like load leveling to make sure that people are doing the right thing at the right time, at the right amount of effort. We can streamline other processes to give enough time for this process to work. And then after that, we will look at making that kind of system fit. So in the end, you have the tooling, you have the marketing, and then you also have the growth marketing, the 3 different tools.
So companies need to remove the fat out of the stuff that they're doing to find space for what is really necessary.
That's right. And what's necessary is a marketing plan that works.
Great.
That gets people in the door.
That's awesome. That's awesome. There's definitely a lot going on in that process of rethinking the tooling. And when you say a paradigm shift, that's really what it is. It's a rethinking of what you're doing. Well, if you want to learn more about Rita, Coco, and the concept of tooling is not marketing, you can go to reverbnetwork.com, www.reverbnetwork.com to learn more. I would like to thank my guests for sharing, Rita, Coco, for sharing sound business advice on Reverb. And the idea here is that you want to now apply it.
That's right.
That is the key here. So remember, a verb is an action, and knowledge not applied is useless. So what action are you going to take now? Rita, thanks so much for coming.
Thank you, Jason.
My pleasure. And thank you for watching. And stay tuned and come back and check us out at the forum. We'll be right back.